Court rulings, arrests, economic shifts, and high-profile comments in Nigeria. Today's news highlights the complex blend of political, social, and economic developments in Nigeria. From high-profile court rulings and government crackdowns on fraud to a controversial state visit and economic growth debate, we dive into the stories that are making headlines. Join us as we cover the dismissal of Sanwo-Olu's lawsuit against the EFCC, the Naira's surprising rise, Yahaya Bello's arrest, and reactions to Nigeria's GDP report. We'll also touch on the latest from Simon Ekpa, the NNPCL, and VeryDarkMan's commentary on the economy. Court dismisses Sanwo-Olu's suit against EFCC. The Federal High Court has dismissed the lawsuit filed by Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu against the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. The governor had sought to prevent the anti-graft agency from investigating him after his tenure. The court, however, ruled that public officeholders are not exempt from investigation once their term ends, reaffirming the EFCC's mandate to ensure accountability and transparency. This ruling sets a significant precedent, especially as more governors approach the end of their terms. The court's decision has been hailed by anti-corruption advocates as a crucial step toward holding leaders accountable for their actions in office. For many Nigerians, this is a positive development that could help deter corrupt practices among public officials, signaling that no one is above the law. Lagos shuts down 100 health facilities over quackery. The Lagos state government has shut down 100 health facilities in a crackdown on quackery and illegal medical practices. The closure follows numerous complaints and investigations into health centers operating without proper licensing or qualified medical personnel. Officials emphasize that these facilities posed significant risks to public health and safety, and their operations were in clear violation of healthcare regulations. The government has called on residents to be vigilant and ensure they receive medical care only from certified healthcare providers. This action is part of Lagos' broader commitment to improving healthcare standards and ensuring that citizens have access to safe and reliable medical services. By shutting down these facilities, the state aims to protect residents from dangerous and potentially life-threatening medical malpractice. Man sentenced to 4 years for impregnating teenager in Lagos. A Lagos court has sentenced Onyeka Obaka to 4 years in prison for impregnating a teenager. The court found Obaka guilty of taking advantage of the underage girl, leading to an unwanted pregnancy. The sentence is intended to serve as a deterrent to others who might consider engaging in similar criminal acts involving minors. The case has sparked discussions about the importance of protecting vulnerable individuals, particularly minors, from sexual exploitation. Child rights advocates have praised the court's decision, stressing the need for more stringent laws to address sexual offenses. For many Nigerians, the verdict represents a step forward in the fight against gender-based violence and exploitation. Yahaya Bello detained over N80 billion fraud allegations. Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello has been detained by the EFCC over allegations of N80 billion fraud. The anti-graft agency has accused Bello of misappropriating public funds, with plans to formally arraign him in court. This development marks a significant escalation in the fight against corruption, especially involving high-ranking government officials. The allegations against Bello have sparked public outrage, with many calling for transparency and accountability. His detention is seen as a major step by the EFCC to demonstrate its resolve in tackling corruption at all levels. The case could potentially lead to a wider crackdown on public officials suspected of embezzling funds, underscoring the agency's commitment to curbing financial crimes in Nigeria. Naira rises to N1,755 against the dollar. In a surprising turn of events, the Naira has appreciated to N1,755 per US dollar in the parallel market. This rise comes after months of depreciation, offering some relief to Nigerians grappling with high exchange rates. The appreciation is attributed to increased dollar liquidity in the market and strategic interventions by the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, to stabilize the currency. While the Naira's recent performance is promising, economists caution that sustaining this momentum will require continued policy support and efforts to improve the country's foreign exchange earnings. For businesses and individuals, the strengthening of the Naira could translate into lower import costs and reduced inflationary pressures, providing a much-needed respite amidst rising living expenses. VeryDarkMan challenges EFCC over Yahaya Bello's arrest. Following the detention of Governor Yahaya Bello, social media personality VeryDarkMan has publicly challenged the EFCC, suggesting that they should parade Bello with a placard, similar to the treatment given to less prominent suspects. His comments have gone viral, igniting debates on social media about the fairness and consistency of the EFCC's practices in handling high-profile suspects. VeryDarkMan's statement reflects the growing frustration among Nigerians regarding perceived double standards in the fight against corruption. Many are calling for equal treatment of all suspects, regardless of their social or political status. The challenge posed by VeryDarkMan has highlighted the importance of transparency and fairness in law enforcement, prompting further discussions about the need for reforms within the justice system. Suspended Sanwo-Olu aide's comments stir calls for probe. Controversy has erupted following comments made by a suspended aide of Lagos Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. The aide claimed he was being hunted and executed due to internal political conflicts, prompting calls for a thorough investigation. The comments have raised questions about the inner workings of the Lagos state government and the motivations behind the aide's suspension. The allegations have sparked public interest, with many demanding answers from the state government. Some observers believe that the claims point to deep-seated issues within the administration, while others view them as attempts to divert attention from the aide's own misconduct. As pressure mounts for a probe, the outcome could have significant implications for political accountability in Lagos. Abaribe on Biafra agitation, Simon Ekpa is just a content creator. Nigerian Senator Enyinnaya Abaribe has commented on the Biafra agitation, revealing that Simon Ekpa claims to be just a content creator. According to Abaribe, Ekpa's statements undermine the seriousness of the Biafran movement, which has long been a source of tension in Nigeria's southeast. The senator criticized Ekpa for trivializing the movement and failing to provide meaningful leadership. Abaribe's comments have resonated with many who see the Biafra agitation as a deeply significant cause, deserving of genuine advocacy. Ekpa's self-characterization as a content creator has drawn mixed reactions, with some seeing it as an admission of opportunism. The debate continues as to whether Ekpa's influence is helping or hindering the broader objectives of the Biafran movement. NNPCL's controversial fuel supply practices revealed. An exclusive report has revealed that the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, is not trucking out petrol from the Port Harcourt refinery, as previously thought. Instead, the company is alleged to be buying C5 resins and blending them with naphtha to produce fuel for sale to the public. Staff members who leaked the information claim that this practice is being used to cut costs, but it has raised concerns about fuel quality and safety. The revelations have prompted calls for a thorough investigation into the operations of NNPCL. Consumers and industry experts are worried about the potential health and safety risks associated with substandard fuel. If true, these allegations could have serious implications for NNPCL's reputation and for Nigeria's energy sector as a whole, raising questions about transparency and accountability in fuel production. VeryDarkMan backs Davido's comments on economy. VeryDarkMan has voiced support for Nigerian musician Davido's recent comments on the economy, stating, "Anything VDM says, he's right." Davido's remarks about Nigeria's economic challenges have sparked debate, with some praising his courage to speak out while others question his expertise. VeryDarkMan's endorsement adds weight to the conversation, highlighting the growing trend of celebrities influencing public discourse on national issues. The support from VeryDarkMan reflects the increasing role of public figures in shaping political and economic narratives in Nigeria. With celebrities using their platforms to comment on social and economic matters, their influence on public opinion cannot be ignored. The endorsement has further fueled discussions on the current state of the economy and the responsibilities of influential figures in addressing national challenges. Tinubu and wife depart for France amid economic concerns. President Bola Tinubu and First Lady Remi Tinubu are set to depart Nigeria for a state visit to France, sparking criticism amidst ongoing economic challenges. The visit has been labeled by some as unnecessary junketing, given the financial difficulties many Nigerians are facing. Critics argue that the government should focus on addressing domestic issues rather than engaging in international diplomacy at this time. The planned state visit has highlighted the growing disconnect between the government and the struggles of everyday Nigerians. While official sources maintain that the visit is crucial for strengthening bilateral relations, the timing has led many to question the government's priorities. As Nigerians face rising costs and economic hardship, there is increasing pressure on the leadership to demonstrate empathy and focus on solutions at home. Nigeria Labour Congress rejects government's GDP report. The Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, has rejected the recent GDP growth report from the National Bureau of Statistics, NBS, accusing the Tinubu administration of fabricating the figures to deceive the public. According to the NLC, the reported 3.46% GDP growth in Q3 2024 does not reflect the economic reality faced by millions of Nigerians struggling with high living costs and unemployment. The accusation has added fuel to the ongoing debate over the credibility of government statistics and the true state of the economy. Many Nigerians are skeptical about the official figures, feeling that their daily struggles are not accurately represented in government reports. The NLC's rejection of the GDP growth report underscores the need for transparency and accountability in economic policymaking, as well as the importance of restoring public trust in official data. Tinubu reacts to 3.46% GDP growth, targets shared prosperity from 2025. President Bola Tinubu has responded to the recent report of Nigeria's GDP growth at 3.46% in the third quarter of 2024. Tinubu expressed optimism about the country's economic direction and reiterated his administration's commitment to achieving shared prosperity for all Nigerians by 2025. He highlighted several initiatives aimed at boosting economic growth, including investments in infrastructure and targeted policies to create jobs and support small businesses. Tinubu's response comes amid widespread skepticism about the accuracy of the GDP figures, with some critics arguing that the reported growth does not align with the economic hardships faced by many citizens. Despite this, the president remains confident that ongoing reforms will yield positive results in the coming years. The focus on shared prosperity is intended to ensure that economic gains benefit all Nigerians, particularly those in disadvantaged communities. From high-profile court rulings and fraud investigations to economic shifts and social controversies, today's news paints a vivid picture of Nigeria's current landscape. As the country grapples with both challenges and opportunities, it is crucial for citizens to stay informed and engaged. The ongoing debates about accountability, economic policy, and leadership reflect the complexities of governance in a rapidly evolving nation. As we move forward, the voices of ordinary Nigerians, activists, and public figures alike will continue to play a pivotal role in shaping the nation's future. If you found this news update insightful, please like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth coverage of Nigeria's political, social, and economic developments. Stay informed and be part of the conversation shaping the future of our nation and beyond.